Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Vivian. I am a relationship coach and I'm also a doctor specializing in mental health. And what I do is I help you heal from recent or past relationship heartbreak, separation, or divorce. I help you rediscover who you are outside of a relationship and help you find love again. So the next attachment style we will be talking about is secure attachment. So are you secure individually? Are you secure in a partnership? And where does secure attachment style come from? So just like with the other attachment style, it starts in childhood. So as a child, you have developed secure attachment if you feel like your feelings were heard, you were validated by your parents or people who were in guardianship of you, you are allowed to be who you are authentically and not judged or shunned down. So that develops when you have a sense of security within your family where you have a sense of belonging, and you're also encouraged to have a sense of belonging outside of the home. So maybe you had friends outside of the home, maybe you were into sports that were outside of the home, and that was okay. That was supported, that was nourished. And when you brought home issues, that was processed with you. So you learned how to parent yourself, have those internal dialogues with yourself. Those were great coping skills that you learned as a child. So because you felt secured at home, you felt secured outside of your home, you now have a sense of secured attachment style. So now how does that translate into a relationship? So now in a relationship, if you have a secure attachment style, you feel confident, right? You know what you have to offer. You're okay being on your own. Having a relationship is just a nice bonus. It's a nice addition, right? But it's not like you're dependent on it or you feel like you're going to be alone or lonely if you don't have this relationship. No, you feel secure in who you are. You have a sense of belonging within a relationship and outside of a relationship. So now when you meet someone who's also secure in who they are, you both are trusting of each other. You're both confident of yourself and one another. There's respect, there's communication. You both understand that as much as you both have a sense of belonging for one another, you guys are okay having time for yourself. So you're okay with your partner having their me time. You're okay having your me time. So that looks like hanging out with your friends and your partner's okay with that, going on a trip with some of your friends and your partner's okay with that because there's a sense of security within your relationship and knowing that there's a sense of identity also outside of the relationship and you are both okay with that and you're both secure with that. So that's one of the healthiest signs of a relationship, right? If you have a secure attachment style, that's a healthy sign of a relationship because you can both be your authentic self without having to feel like you need to, cope or change who you are in order to adapt to this other person's personality, but you both feel secure and you can be your authentic self. So if you have that attachment style, that's great. That is awesome, right? And I'm so excited that you have that because it's so needed. It's so important in order to have a healthy relationship. So now let's say you're watching this and you don't have a secure attachment style and you're trying to wonder, well, how do I get there? I just want to say that you are not alone and it is not your fault. Typically, if you don't have a secure attachment style, it's because of what you experienced as a child. Maybe you felt like you didn't have a sense of belonging. So you felt like you were abandoned. You felt like you weren't enough. Maybe you didn't receive love. Maybe you weren't hugged. So now you have different kind of attachment styles that are not secure. Maybe that's an anxious attachment style or an avoidant attachment style. But again, it is not your fault. But the thing is that you recognize that, or you have to recognize that you desire securement in yourself first. So it's a journey. It's a process of realizing, A, you need that change. You want that change, getting the healing where it needs to because it's trauma. You've experienced certain traumas in your life that has led you to a place where it's hard for you to open up and feel secure within yourself and with a partnership. So you have to process those situations, those emotions, and it requires an external person to help you with that. So if this is you, I'll be happy to help you on that healing journey. And then once you have processed those things, being able to also recognize what are some of those triggers, what back into that cycle of not being secure. So we have to desensitize those things so that we can be in control and, walk in that feeling of securement. So it's a journey, it's a process, but you don't have to feel like you are stuck and not feeling secure. So you can achieve secure attachment style, and it just takes a little bit of time. So now let's say that you're in a partnership where you are secure, but your partner is not secure. What do you do? Right. And the question I have for you then is, does your partner realize that maybe their attachment style is not secure? Maybe they come across as very clingy. Maybe they avoid intimacy. Maybe they give you mixed messages. So what do you do as that secure person? So question number one, do they recognize they have this attachment style of avoidant or anxious? Do they recognize that? Do they know what they are doing to maybe that's pushing you away? And if they do, great, because now you can start working on it, talking on it, processing those things, and being patient enough to help them on their journey, because it's a journey and it's not going to change overnight, but they have to be willing to make that change for themselves. You cannot change them. And I've said this before in other videos, but there's nothing you can do to change someone if they do not want to change for themselves. So now let's say that they don't recognize they have this issue, and you've brought to their attention that maybe they are avoidant or they have mixed, emotions, feelings, and behaviors, and they don't take accountability of those things, or they downplay it. Now it becomes a question for you whether that's something that you continue want to be patient with and give time to, or you recognize that, yeah, I can't change this person, and this person is just who they are. And I have to decide, well, yes, I may not know their experiences, but it also doesn't mean that you have to suppress who you are and what your desires are in order to sustain a relationship, which at the end of the day would actually negatively impact your mental health. So these are just some questions to start asking yourself to get you thinking about, what do you do if you find yourself in that situation? So a healthy relationship starts with you, and being secure in yourself is where it starts, right? It's one of the healthiest signs of a relationship when you're secure in yourself, you're confident in yourself, you trust yourself, you have a sense of belonging with yourself, regardless of who is in the picture. That's what sets you forward on a good step to have a healthy relationship with yourself and with other people in your life. And if you're not there yet, you can still get there, and you can get the support you need to have a secure attachment style. It takes a little bit of time, some healing, some forgiveness, but you can totally get there, and you are not alone. So again, if you like this video, I want you to give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and make sure to share, share with someone who you think may benefit from this. Maybe you may not have this, attachment style, but maybe you know someone who does and someone who could benefit from that. So don't hesitate to share it, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you again in my next video. Until next time, bye, Viv.